So your planners came to me and they said, hey, we want to kind of go out with a bang. We want to have, some interaction, some energy. Are there things that you do as a stage performer that can somehow translate to the stage of project management? And I was like, oh yeah, baby. Yeah. What is project management again? I was like, totally, because there are things that I do to prepare that can help you. Now, they're not earth-shattering. There's nothing new. Okay, but you may have never realized how important these concepts are when it relates to project management. So that's my goal, is to help you take these concepts, apply them to work, perform better, and up your game as a project manager. Hey, man, okay. Have you ever had your palm read? Never. You are married? Oh, you have a long lifeline. Duh. He said that was awesome. That was awesome, but I am going to punch you in the face after the show anyway. This is, you use lotion 3 times a day, Gary. I can feel it. I gained something from your mind. I sense that you were on a journey. All right, you're searching for something. Your chair. That's fair. You're searching for something else. Do you have any idea what it is? It's your watch. Take that. Come on, keep it going for Gary. Gary, that wasn't magic. And now you know I'm a pickpocket. There you go. And I don't read palms either. I just steal watches. Okay, it's good for you to know. So here's the point. Here's why I did that. Okay, there's 2 types of people. In fact, there's 2 types of project managers. And these are the only 2 types of project managers that there are. There's magicians, and then there's pickpockets. That's only 2. You're laughing because you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's true. Now, here's why I say that. Have you guys heard of John Maxwell, leadership expert, author, stud? He said that all relationships either add to or subtract from a person's life. Magicians are the adders, pickpockets are the subtractors. You've been hearing some of this already. Jerry Glazer talked about people are either moving you forward or moving you backward. Magician versus pickpocket, right? Steve Taylor said the exact same thing. He said the way we make each other feel is based on our interaction. You can either help people like a magician or take from people like a pickpocket. And here's the funny thing. You could actually go to every single person on your team member tomorrow. You could go and you could label every single one of them either magician or pickpocket. You could. Seriously. Like, oh, magician, you show up early. Pickpocket, you're always late. Magician, you say things that help people out. Pickpocket, you're always putting people down, right? Magician, pickpocket, magician, jerk. No offense, Bob, you just kind of look like a jerk, so. I love you, Bob. And you could label, you know what? There's really not a point to label the other people. That's not going to help you. The question is this. If you were to go to every one of your team members and ask them, hey, what am I to you? Am I a magician or a pickpocket? That's what matters. That's what you can change. When you share your magic, when you make it a lifestyle, guess what happens? Good things come your way. It's a way to get good things without picking pockets. And that's something that I call share your magic. And this is what I mean by be a magician to your team players. And I'll tell you an example of when this happened to me one time. I was on a plane to go do a show up in Canada, because I'm an international performer now because of that one show. And I was on a Delta flight, right? And this very friendly flight attendant, before we took off, was making her way down the aisle, just talking to people, right? Just, hey, how you doing? Where do you work? Can I get you anything to drink? And there's only 7 people on the plane. I guess Saskatoon isn't a hot place. But I was like, when she gets back to me, I'm not going to be one of the people ignoring her with my face in Sky Mall. I want to throw the ball back to her. I mean, if someone's going to throw the ball to you, play catch, right? Throw it back. So she kept getting closer and closer. And when she got to me, she said, well, what do you do? Now, I always carry something in my bag of tricks to do in situations like this. And so I said, hold out your hands and I'll show you. And then she turned into Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, oh. It was the wrong line. Anyway, we chatted. I did some tricks for her. Stole her watch in the process, like I did with Gary. It was a Rolex. Your watch was okay, but yours isn't a Rolex, dude, And so I have the watch, and then immediately after I took it off of her, and she had no idea, she goes, excuse me, I have to go make an announcement, and she runs to the back of the plane. And I'm like, cool. So she gets on the intercom, and I start telling the people around me, hey, guys, I stole a watch. Let's find a clever way to give it back to her. Let's have some fun with this. And this guy goes, hold it up in the air. No, you do that. So I was like, okay. I had nothing else. So I just hold the watch up in the air. And her airplane announcement went something like this. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Delta Flight 5724 with service to Saskatoon. We hope that... Wait a minute, is that my watch? That is my watch. How did you get my watch? Somehow finished her announcement, hung up the phone, marched back up to me, and she's like, how did you get that off my wrist? I was like, the bigger question is, how did I get this? And I pulled out her pen and her notepad, because I'm kind of a klepto. Once I start taking things, it's just like, I can't stop, you know? So she stormed off to the front of the plane, you know, more surprised than mad. And then right before the plane took off, she came running back to me. She goes, hey, a seat just opened up in first class. Do you want to go up there? I was like, wait a minute. Is that just so I'll be the first one out of the plane when the Royal Canadian Mountain Police is waiting? That's the guy. That's him. No. I shared my magic with her, and guess what? Now she was paying me back. So I took my stuff, walked to the front of the plane. I was like, see, guys, it pays to steal. Went up, had a beautiful flight to Canada. Now, do we do nice things to get things back? No, I didn't know that was going to happen. Now, there are times where I'm guilty of it. I'm manipulating people, all right? And I have to smack my own hand, okay? But when you're genuinely sharing your magic, your team is going to work for you. They're going to work for you just like you're working for them. So be a magician to your team members.